On the news tonight, Senate called for an enhanced security architecture of the nation. Now, Adeleke charges PDP members to unite for progress. More Nigerians evacuees arrive from Sudan. On the foreign scene, interim Tigray leader gets set to tackle theft and humanitarian aid. Good evening, welcome to the Major Report. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. Senate President Ahmed Lawan said that the security situation in some part of the country is deteriorating, noted that the military had done a good job in trying to fix it. Lawan made a comment after the Senate representing Plateau North Stephanos gang drew the attention of the Senate to attack by bandits in some communities in Plateau State. In a personal explanation to his colleague, Gian lamented that bandits had become so emboldened that they give notices before attacking their target. But Lawan blamed the worsening security situation of lack of resources, charging the security agencies to ensure that they maintain security in all areas that appear to be the flashpoints. The approval of 22.7 trillion naira Ways and Means provision budget by the Senate at the tail end of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has been raising questions among Nigerians. Those who spoke with Osbc News maintain that if care is not taken, Nigeria's economy will gradually be heading towards total collapse. Oluwatobiloba Odunuga reports.
Concerned Nigerians have continued to raise questions over the recent approval of President Muhammadu Buhari's request by the Senate to restructure the 22.7 trillion naira loans the Central Bank of Nigeria extended to the federal government under its Ways and Means provision. According to reports, the Ways and Means provision allows the government to borrow from the Apex Bank if it needs short-term or emergency finance to fund delayed government-expected cash receipts of physical deficits. It will be recalled that the Red Chamber had last year December rejected President Muhammadu Buhari's proposal to securitize the 22.7 trillion naira loan, citing lack of details. Speaking with Osbc News on this development, an economist, Dr. Yinka Anju, said the present administration headed by President Muhammadu Buhari is already preparing for its exit in office, saying the president cannot single-handedly run the affairs of the country without the knowledge of the president-elect, saying the approval of the 22.7 trillion naira extra budget is impunity, which needs questioning. He admonished the incoming administration to do away with borrowing of loans, saying revitalizing the economic sector should be the incoming government's focus so as to put an end to everyday borrowing of funds to cater for Nigerians' daily needs.
This 22-point-something trillion we are talking about had been spent. They are only ratifying it. They spent it, but they just felt it cannot go just like that because new administration is coming. They want it ratified so that it will be official. It's already spent. But if you look at it generally, I think the way this administration is going about borrowing, for me, is reckless, to say the least. We have a lot of things, a lot of resources we can explore and exploit to reduce our form of borrowing. But we are not looking at that. It's like we just believe that we can borrow ad infinitum. It is not done.
Corroborating his point, a public affairs commentator, Alhaji Karim Afolabi, said the approval of the 22.7 trillion naira extra budget is not healthy for the nation's growth, calling on the government to always channel all borrowed funds on the right infrastructural project which will grow the nation's economy positively.
I don't believe we need that type of loan for now because Nigeria is indebted to a lot of debit loans that I don't know when can we come out of it. The less than 1 month we go in and he's still seeking for a loan to that amount. To me, it's not advisable, it's not wise.
Alhaji Afolabi urged the government to invest more in its infrastructural projects and other substantial projects and also provide basic social amenities such as good road network, regular power supply, and adequate security of lives and property, among others, which will help invite foreign investors into the country. Oluwatobiloba Odunuga, Osbc News.
Osho State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has elected Honorable Sunday Bisi as its new chairman at the State Congress which held at the Osogbo City Stadium. Governor Demola Adeleke described the election as a new beginning for the party in the state. Governor's Office correspondent Abdurrahim Adekilekun now reports.
Total number of votes scored 914. By these announcements, Honorable Sunday DC, having scored 914 votes, is hereby elected as the state party chairman of Osun State and
That was Dr. Samuel Omotosho, Congress Committee Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Osun State, announcing the result of the elections conducted to fill the vacant 39 positions in the party at the well-attended Congress. Addressing the gathering of party faithfuls who had converged on the Osogbo City Stadium from across 30 local government areas in the state, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke congratulated party faithfuls for a successful election, saying with the election of party executive, residents of Osun State will continue to enjoy good governance that will not leave any section of the state out. Thanking the outgone caretaker committee of the party headed by Dr. Adekunle Akindele, Governor Adeleke called on party members in the state to queue up behind the new executives and move the party forward. He assured residents of Osun State that the PDP administration will run people's government.
Unity is very key. We need all of us to join hands together and move PDP from strength to strength. To PDP members, be assured your government is working. Dividend of democracy is here. To Osun people, this PDP government is for the people, of the people, by the people.
In his acceptance speech, the newly elected party chairman, Honorable Sunday BC, promised to use his office to further strengthen and unite the party. While thanking Governor Adeleke and other PDP leaders in the state, Honorable BC called on party members to join hands together with his executive in moving the state forward.
I will use the office, to unite the party the more. I'm not saying that the party is not united as of now, get me right, but I will use it to unite the party the more. Everybody will be on the same page, under my leadership and under the leadership of the governor of Osun State. People are happy in Osun State, with what our governor is doing. To the people in Osun State, less than 4 months now, we have seen changes. Salaries have been paid, ideas have been paid, workers have been promoted, and infrastructural development is ongoing in Osun State.
Earlier in his address, Chairman of the Congress Committee, Dr. Samuel Omotosho, said the People's Democratic Party in the state has witnessed a series of crises but came out stronger because of the political doggedness of Senator Adeleke and the entrenchment of internal democracy as well as crisis management mechanisms of the party. While commending the state government for providing the conducive atmosphere, Dr. Omotosho called for calm and comportment from the delegates and contestants. The Congress was attended by representatives of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) as well as security agencies. The Congress had in attendance the Deputy Governor in Osun State, Prince Kola Adeusi, Secretary to the State Government Alhaji Teslim Igbalaye, former Deputy Governor and Minister of State for Defense Erelu Olushola Obada, Barrister Doshu Babatunde, among others. Those who took oaths of office include Yakubu Idowu as Deputy State Chairman, Prince Bola Ajao, Secretary, Honorable Adesoye Oyetunde, Vice Chairman, Osun West, Alhaji Gasali Abesin, Vice Chairman, Osun Central, and Honorable Akin Famuyide as Vice Chairman, Osun East, among others. It has been Abdurrahim Adekilekun reporting.
Nigerians have applauded the move by the Independent National Electoral Commission to prosecute electoral offenders. Legal practitioners who spoke in an interview with Osbc News, however, urged the Commission to ensure that the cases are tried to a logical conclusion. Oluchi Amuda has more.
The move by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to commence the prosecution of electoral offenders has been described as a way to go if the country wants to get it right in its electoral journey. Speaking with Osbc News on the resolve of the electoral body to prosecute the over 200 persons arrested for various electoral offences during the recently concluded general elections, a legal practitioner, Mr. Tunde Babashola, stated that the best time to commence legal action against those caught violating the electoral law is now, saying that justice delayed is justice denied. Mr. Babashola urged INEC not to pay lip service to the prosecution of the electoral offenders so as to serve as deterrence to others.
If electoral offenders are prosecuted according to law, the laws are already there. If you do this, if you do that, the laws are there. It's just that the laws are they are not operational, that the laws are in abeyance. But if INEC wakes up to its responsibility now, from now on, to try electoral offenders, and not to try them only, but to try them on time, because delay can also lead to injustice. So when they are prosecuted early enough, it will serve as a great deterrent for others. You will see that by the time INEC start prosecuting electoral offenders, you will see that the menace or challenges of people fomenting trouble during elections, snatching ballot boxes and so on, and probably attacking people, you will see that it will stop. And if it will not totally stop, at least it will be reduced to the barest minimum. It's a good omen.
Speaking in the same vein, another legal practitioner, Mr. Bukola Onifade, maintained that the only way to strengthen Nigeria's democracy is to ensure that those whose actions or inactions are detrimental to the success of the country's democracy get the punishment they deserved under the law.
If this is coming to play, that shows we are making progress in our electoral process, because many people who have committed electoral offense one way or the other go scot-free without being punished. So this will not discourage others who have intention of doing the same. But with the present, with what the INEC is saying, let's wait and see what will come out of it. And from there, I think Nigeria will be making progress in our electoral system.
It will be recalled that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) had announced its readiness to prosecute the over 200 persons arrested for various electoral offences. The report says already Nigerian Police Force has transferred over 50 case files of electoral offences to INEC. Oluchi Amuda, Osbc News.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to remove fictitious names and those of dead Nigerians from its voter register, describing it as bogus. The House made a call at the plenary today following the unanimous adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by a member, Leke Abejide. The motion was titled Urgent Need for Independent National Electoral Commission to Develop Mechanism to Clean Up its systems of dead and fictitious registered voters. He said people that were long dead had their names still displayed in the voters registrar during the last general election. The House resolved that the intent for Nigerians to be much aware of what makes the voters registered bogus, which is the number of dead and fictitious persons. The lawmaker also resolved that INEC should include the voter verification in its continued voter registration exercise to identify those on the register who are still alive, as well as fish out fake. Nigerian Air Force has brought back 94 Nigerians stranded in Sudan. According to the Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Commodore Ayodele Famuyiwa, the evacuees flown in NAV 913 C1300 aircraft arrived the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Commodore Famuyiwa explained that the evacuees were among the first batch of 276 Nigerians airlifted from Aswan in the wake of the ongoing security challenges in Sudan. He said that NAV effort in furtherance of the constitutional rule 8 to civil authority and in line with the commitment of the federal government to rescue and successfully return back home Nigerians living in Sudan. Famuyiwa added that The airlift operation is most heartwarming as it coincides with the Nigeria Air Force 59th anniversary celebration holding in Enugu from 4 to 7th of May 2023. On hand to receive the returnees on arrival were the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, Social Development, Ajia Sardia Umar Farouk, the Ministry's Permanent Secretary, Dr. Nasir Sani Gwazo, Director General, Nigeria Emergency Management Agency, Ahmed Habib, and the Chairman of Nigeria's in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa. We now go on a commercial break.
Life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Welcome back. Wife of Osun State Governor Erelu Ngozi Adeleke today visited the survivors of the Odeomumotor accident at Osun State University Teaching Hospital, Osogbo. Erelu Adeleke condoled with the families of the victims who lost their lives in the accident and thanked the Good Samaritans who rescued the survivors and brought them to the hospital. The survivor, who is a student of the Department of Health Technician, was lifted in spirit and filled with appreciation for the unexpected visit of the wife of the governor. With deep sense of appreciation, the Deputy CMD of Osun State University Teaching Hospital and Chairman Medical Advisory Committee, Dr. Babatunde Afolabi, described the administration of His Excellency Governor Adeleke as passionate about the welfare of the people, assuring that the hospital management will continue to provide quality medical services in saving lives. Now you're welcome to our sports segment. Paris Saint-Germain Football Club has ordered extra security at the club's training ground and at the homes of Lionel Messi and Neymar Jr. after the protest by fans. Oluwaroti Ojewumi is standing by to give more details.
Minister Sunday Dare is full of commendation for the Nigerian athletes to the just concluded African Under-18, Under-20 Athletes Championship in Zambia. The athletes won 17 gold, 10 silver, and 9 bronze medals to finish in second place on the medal table behind South Africa. Nigeria competed with 41 athletes while South Africa presented over 100 athletes for the competition. The minister told the athletes to stay focused and disciplined and to continue to pay attention to their careers so that opportunities to represent the country in bigger competitions can come their way. Nigeria's second place finish in Zambia is an improvement on a third place finish at the previous edition of the championship held in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. Also, South Africa head coach Dukan Krayi has said his players are battle ready for their final group game against the Golden Eagles of Nigeria at the 2023 Africa's Under-17 Cup of Nations. The Amajimbos will face the Golden Eagles at the Stade Mohamed Amalu Constantine on Saturday. Krayi's boys got their campaign back on track following a hard-earned 3-2 win against Kosova Rivers, Zambia on Wednesday night. The Amajimbos currently occupy the third position behind the Golden Eagles in Group B. The clash against the Golden Eagles will determine who joins Morocco in the quarterfinals of the competition. Kwai stated that his team would give their all against Nduka Ugbade's side. Meanwhile, Paris Saint-Germain have ordered extra security at the club's training ground and at the homes of Lionel Messi and Neymar Jr. after protests by fans angry over recent results at the League One leaders. Several hundred PSG supporters gathered outside club headquarters on Wednesday evening, where they set off smoke flares and sang outside chants about underperforming stars Messi, Neymar, and Italian midfielder Marco Verratti. Some of them dressed in black then traveled to Neymar's home in a wealthy suburb west of Paris, where they chanted, "Neymar, get lost." Paris Saint-Germain condemns the strongest possible terms the unacceptable and insulting action of a small group of individuals. Neymar, who has been plagued by injuries at PSG and is out until the end of the season, the club decided to boost security at its training ground and outside the homes of the players. Some of the fans had indicated they wanted to do the same thing every evening.
Now to foreign stories. The interim leader of Tigray, Getachew Reda, says is setting up a task force to tackle humanitarian aid theft in northern Ethiopia. Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola brings details of this story and more.
The World Food Programme and USAID have suspended food deliveries in Tigray in northern Ethiopia following the discovery that relief aid had been stolen. The USAID Administrator Samantha Power said food shipments had been diverted and sold on the local market. She, however, said deliveries would resume once there is confidence that they would reach the intended population who are facing famine. The interim leader of Tigray, Getachew Reda, says he is setting up a task force to tackle aid theft. He called on humanitarian agencies to continue delivering to the most vulnerable. Millions of people in Tigray suffer from food shortages after a 2-year war between Ethiopian government forces and the Tigray People's Liberation Front. At least 7 people, including some teachers, have been shot dead at a school in Pakistan's northwestern Kuram district. Multiple gunmen were involved in the incident, which occurred in the staff room of Government High School, Tarimangal. Officials said the shooting is thought to have been linked to another earlier in the day when a man was shot in his car in the district. The details about exactly what happened at the school in Kuram district, a rural area that borders Afghanistan, are still unclear, and police have not identified any clear motive. The teachers at Tarimangal were said to have been at the school performing exam duties when the gunmen entered and opened fire. The former president of Pakistan, Asif Ali Zardari, has expressed regret over the killing via his party's official Twitter, calling it terrorism while the suspects remain on the loose. Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola reporting for Osbc News.
Before we end the major report, here again are the high points. The Senate President Ahmed Lawal says has enjoined the security agencies to strengthen security in flashpoint areas of security. Governor Adeleke has charged the People's Democratic Party members to remain united for the progress of the party and also people. More evacuees from Sudan arrived Nigeria via the Nigeria airport plane. The interim leader of Tigray, Getachew Reda, says he was ready to tackle theft and humanitarian aid. That ends the major report on Osbc TV. It was edited by Adebari Ejimakinde. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. Good night.
Hey, Star Times don't bring una another nyafu reward this Easter and Ramadan season. Oh, this one na extra jara, and na why we call am Season of Goodness promo. We get thousands of juicy content where you fit choose from. You and your family go fit enjoy ogbonge series on ST Novella like Three Sisters, Kiddies Channel like Cartoon and Jim Jam, plenty Nollywood channels, and many religion channels. To enjoy this offer, recharge for 2 months on Nova, Basic or Smart Bouquet, and you get an instant boost to the next higher bouquet. Recharge 2 months on top your Classic or Super, and you go enjoy 10 days extra. This promo now from March 20, go reach April 30. No dull yourself, oh. Hurry, make yourself collect your own days of goodness. Terms and conditions apply. Star Times, entertain your family.